I manage when I handle hoes. I touch a camel toe and she gon' blow me like a candle until I'm revving my manifold. She dig my grammar but couldn't handle the fact I slander bitches who wear Gucci sandals and bust it open like cantaloupe for nothing. Tell me, salutations, family. It's your player partner, Storm Hall, and I'd like to welcome you all back to Inside the Eye of the Storm. On this episode of Inside the Eye of the Storm, I'll be doing a blind reaction to Miss Kendra G's live singles. It's a very entertaining dating show, and I like to use it as a backdrop to give social commentary so I can spread a little bit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a masculine perspective. We're going to jump into this episode already in progress, so without further ado, let's make it happen.
Today, boo.
Alicia.
Alicia, where you call me from besides the bathroom girl?
St. Louis, Missouri.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
39. What you do for a living?
I do her on the side. I'm not employed. I'm not on nobody's clock.
How you pay your bills?
I get child support.
Well, keeping it real, child. Okay. How many kids do you have?
I'm actually the one that was on the in the comments when the old girl April was on your show yesterday. I got 7 kids.
And here we are, family. Not a minute into this episode, and here we have this fertile myrtle hoe saying she got 7 kids and she's unemployed and she lives off of child support. And this is crazy because women like this are allowed to walk around in the community and besmirch the cultural image of black women. This woman right here is the stereotype that fuels the idea of the welfare queen. She's a stereotypical welfare queen. She uses her reproductive system as an ATM, and she uses it so she doesn't have to go out and seek gainful employment so she can sustain herself or her 7 children. This is utterly ridiculous that women are allowed to do this, especially in the black community, because it makes upstanding and upright black women look so bad. This is one of the reasons why I preach so much, especially to younger black men, that we must practice sexual propriety, we must be magnanimous, pragmatic, and we must be able to practice discernment in the women that we choose to procreate with, because a lot of young men will find this as being the downfall, their downfall right here. Right, a lot of times you can meet females like this, and this is an 18-year obligation that you will have, a financial obligation. You're talking about facing financial ruin by engaging a woman like this. A woman like this sees her reproductive system as an ATM machine. She tries to have babies by men to see how many resources she can extract from them. This is inexcusable, and it's just irreputable behavior. But let's jump back into this episode and see what else we can glean from what's going on in this episode.
How many men?
6.
So, what you call you? Girl, you got 6 men. What you looking for? You calling me for number 7?
No, I just...
And when you look at it, Kendra G delves even deeper into the background of this young lady, and she poses a very substantial question. You have 7 kids by 6 men already, and you're coming on my dating show asking me to give you publicity to do what? To attract a 7th man, to give you an 8th child. This is utterly ridiculous. And see, right now on on social media, we've had the proliferation of women saying how they want to be courted and they want to be taken on these fancy dates by men. And they've stated that if men can't afford these fancy dates, then they can't afford to be out here dating and courting women. But where's the same vitriol and the same pushback for women like this who have seven children by 6 different men, who are unemployed, but they're still on dating shows and they're on dating apps like Kendra G Singles, still looking for men? What else can this woman be looking for but another victim that she can ensnare in her womb and milk them out of child support payments? When you see this is very sad, family, and this causes a myriad of problems in the black community with women like this. Because with a woman like this who has 7 children by 6 different men, this isn't a stable home, and these kids can't be reared and nurtured in a proper way. But let's jump back into this episode and break it down even further.
My question is, you gave 6 men a child. Out of all those 6 men, none of them were good enough for you to be with until the end of time?
In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning. But to be honest, a lot of these guys caught me in a moment of me being vulnerable. So.
And let me stop and interject here again, family. Kendra G goes into her line of questioning and she asks her a question that she asks all the time. If you have 7 children by 6 different men, why can't one of these 6 men be the man that you're with? Why can't they be your husband and be this provider that you're looking for? And she answers, just like always, she comes up with an excuse. She says that she was vulnerable. She was vulnerable with 6 different men 7 times, and that's how she became pregnant. There's not that much vulnerability in the world, family. If you're that vulnerable, then you need to be committed into an insane asylum, or you need to be in a convalescent home where they can sterilize you or either put a chastity belt on you to keep you from procreating. A lot of times you look at it, a lot of these women have a serious problem with accepting accountability, and she's clearly the case. How can you use the excuse of being vulnerable when you've been pregnant 7 times by 6 different men? It's just unexcusable and it's ridiculous. It's no way that this kind of stuff should be taking place at this day and time, especially with the myriad of birth control available to modern women. It's just ridiculous. But let's jump back into this episode and break it down even further.
Birth control, there's condoms, there's other precautions that you can take other than just
I'm gonna just be honest with you. To be honest, I just don't need to have no sex because I've got pregnant with the depot, and then it's a little TMI, but I got that pussy gripper. So yes.
The woman said that she don't need to be having no sex because birth control don't work for her because she got that pussy gripper. And know what? Just like I said before, I agree with her. This woman is a human Venus flytrap. All she do is go around and catch penis. That's all she do. She says she got the gripper. I'm pretty sure she got the gripper. The Kung Fu grip. I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. That's what she got between her legs. And I'm trying to warn all of you young dudes out there, you better be cautious of these hoes like this with this Kung Fu grip, because they looking to take you for a grip. Let's jump back into this and break it down.
Come with that plan after maybe baby daddy number 2.
Because I like sex. I'm going to just put it up. I like, at the time I was a nympho, and I just wanted, and I thank God I ain't getting nothing that I can never get rid of. And I'm going to just keep it real. But Bader.
And I'm sorry to jump in so quick and interject so quickly, family, but I have to give her credit for being upright and being upfront and honest. She says she just likes sex. She was a nymphomaniac at the time, and she's lucky that she didn't get something that she couldn't get rid of. And this is a serious problem right now in the community. And I tell a lot of brothers all the time, I believe a lot of people in the community right now are really suffering from sexual addiction, from being exposed to sexual stimulus at too early of an age. And it's a lot of generational curses as far as promiscuity that are handed down from mother to daughter right now in the community. And I'm pretty sure that this woman is a victim of it. I bet if you can go back and look at her mother, her grandmother, her aunts, and all of the other females in her family, I'm pretty sure that this is a generational curse that's permeated her whole family, and it's not exclusive to her. I'm almost willing to bet that that's the case, and you see it. It's very prevalent right now, and it's very heartbreaking to see a lot of these women who are really just, they're taken aback by their own sexual proclivities, and they don't have any kind of control over their sexuality. They're just running around and they're acting like animals in heat. And when you see it, it's very detrimental, not only to her and her children, but to society in general, because she'll raise her children. These women will continue, her children will continue the generational curse, and her children will come out in society and they'll have to engage with my children, your children, and everyone else's children. And you see it time and time again. It's just tragic, family. Let's jump back into this and just see, can we break it down even further?
I guess my question is this: because you have six men that could have been potential husbands because you gave them babies, right? So I guess the question is, why, if respectfully so, if you're wifey material, why couldn't you close that wife deal with one of the six men you had kids with?
Because they weren't husband material.
Then why'd you give them the ultimate gift of a child?
They gave a child to me. Kendra, I'ma just be real. Like I said, I got that snapper. I use condoms. I have guys that when they hit it from the back, they take the condom off, and I don't know.
And let me interject right here, family. Once again, she wants to talk about her sexual prowess, and she want to talk about her anatomy, saying she has that snapper. And I agree, she does have that snapper. That red snapper, because I bet that pussy's fishy. With 6 different men all ejaculating into her over such a short period of time, I'm pretty sure this woman got so many STDs and so many STIs. I'm pretty sure that coochie smell like a seafood buffet. It's no other way around it. She keep on talking about her anatomy and how men want to have kids by her. Come on, man. We got to be serious with this. We can't even allow ourselves to be dragged down in this degradation and this foolishness with these hoes. I'm sorry, family. I can't let they're going to drag me back into my pimp days. I'm sorry. But that's going to be all for me on this episode, family. If you like what I'm spitting on these episodes and the information and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding I'm sharing, please hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can join me here for every episode of Inside the Eye of the Storm. Please drop down in the comments and leave me a comment on what you think about this family. This young lady has 7 kids by 6 different gentlemen. Is it all right? Is it socially acceptable now for women who've gone through this sexual revolution to be able to go out and have sex as much as men and procreate as much as they want? Or is this a detriment to the black community, and we need to go back to the old days where this kind of behavior is shamed, and we need to go to more of a moral high ground where we abandon this kind of promiscuous behavior, and it's no place for it in the black community? I want to thank you all, family, for joining me on this episode of Inside the Eye of the Storm. It was a little boisterous, to say the least, but it was very entertaining. I thank y'all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you next time, family. Peace.